following what we've been given here, we know that this expression right here is divisible by x minus 3. So it's divisible by this. Now, how do we get the value of q? So to get this value or the value of q, we first get this and equate it to 0. So we're going to say x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay? So once we do this, we now say x is equal to 3. So we know the value of x is equal to 3 by just taking this or grouping the like terms. So 0 plus 3 to just give us a 3. Upon getting this 3, we now get the main expression and equate it to 0. So it will look like this: x power 3 plus 3x power 2 plus qx minus 24. And then we say equal to 0. Okay. So once we do this, we can now substitute the value of x, which is a 3, and so for q. So our 3 will be substituted here, and we shall have something like this, plus 3 and the 3 right here squared, plus a q and the 3 here minus 24 is equal to 0. So maybe the question that you may be asking is that where is this 3 coming from? It is the 3 which is right here. We just substitute it or put it where x is, and you solve. So we shall get a 27 here, plus here this is 9, also 27 here, plus 3q minus 24 is equal to 0. So now at this point, we group the like terms. So when we group the like terms, what are we getting? So when we work out here, we are getting a 3q is equal to negative 30. Okay, so this is what we're getting here. So 3q is equal to negative 30 is what we got right here. We divide by 3, divide by 3. The value of q will be equal to negative 10. So this is the value of q. 3 into 3, 1 into negative 30 is negative 10. So this is the value of q. We now go to the next question. To solve this, we start by testing. So you pick any number. So in this case, I'll pick x is equal to 1. Okay, so x is equals to 1. You plug it in here, it will give you a 0. So this satisfies. So one of the solutions is x is equals to 0. Equals to 1. So next, to find the next solution, we do the next two solutions. We do what we call synthetic. So for synthetic, come up with a table like this. So this is a table right here, and this is our x power 3, x power 2, x power 1, and x power 0 up to x power 0. Next, close there, put an arrow, and then you check what coefficient do we have at x power 3 here. It's a 1. So write your 1 line right here. Next, what coefficient do we have at x power 2? Do we have x power 2 here? No. So we put a 0 because we can't see x power 2 here. At x power 1 is a negative 7, of course, right here. X power 0 is a 6. So this is what we have. next you come to this solution, the solution that you found. Put it right here, x is equal to 1. So now you can now start doing the workings. So you say 1 times 1 is what? Is a 1. Okay, so write it here. Okay, after multiplying this times this, write it here. Next you add. Actually, we write it here. We needed to drop it here. Here, okay? So this needed to come right here. See, this is where it needed to come. So now you say 1 times 1, it's a 1. Write it here. And then you say 0 plus 1 is still a 1. Okay? 1 times 1 is a 1. And then negative 7 plus 1 is a negative 6. 1 times negative 6 is a negative 6. 6 plus negative 6 is a 0. So it must always give you a 0. If your solution here, the guess that you made here, was okay, at this point or in this box, you must get a 0. Okay, so let me just go through a bit on what you're doing. After you do a guess here, okay, you find your x, and then you now start, you put your table, you get a coefficient. The first one must be here, okay? It must be here. And then when you multiply it, you write it there, you add this, you come and multiply this by the answer that you get here. You write your solution here, you add the solution here, multiply this by this, you write it here, and then add this, they must give you a 0. Okay, so now the next step is now to identify your quadratic equation and solve it. So now how do we identify the quadratic equation? You now get this right here, let it move with this. So we have x power 2, okay? There is a 1 here, this one. And then you say plus, because this is plus, this one and x, it will give us x power 1. And then minus this negative 6, it's minus 6, and this. So you say equal to 0. I guess you have seen what is happening. I'm just getting this and this, I put them here, this and this right here. So there's a 1 in front of these variables. There's a 1. And then this will move with this. Okay? So this is what we have. We say equal to 0. So our duty now is to solve the quadratic equation right here. So we find the factors. Let me clean up. We find the factors of this quadratic equation. So this is the quadratic equation we have right here. So what are the factors of this quadratic equation? Two numbers such that when you multiply them, they give us negative 6, and when you add them, they give us 1. So we have a 3 and negative 2. Because when we say 2 times 3 times negative 2, it's negative 6. 3 plus negative 2, it's a 1. So now we put them here. Put them here. So this is how you solve the quadratic equation, by factorization. Okay. So this is what we have right here. I guess you know these steps. Next, you just get what is here, this and this. Next, this and this. So in case you don't know how to solve quadratic equation, you find two factors, you write them, you group, and then factorize what is common here, factor it out, you remain with x plus 3, and what is common here, you write it outside, you remain with 3 plus x plus 3 there. And then you get this and this, you write it there, and then one of these, you write it here. So we shall say x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x plus 3 is equal to 0, which shows that x will be equal to 2 and x will be equal to negative 3. So these are the solutions. So this, and this. So we have three solutions. X is equals to 1, x is equals to 2, and x is equals to negative 3. They are our solutions. So now to confirm if these are the solutions, we can plug them in here. Okay, so we start with this one. So we plug 1 where x is, and see if it will give us a 0. So we have a 1 there, minus 7 plus 6. This will definitely give us a 0. So this is one of the solutions. Next, let me use my calculator here. So we have 2 cubed minus 7. Put a 2 there where x is plus 6. It's giving us a 0. I guess you can see. Let me try with this one. So we have open bracket negative 3 power 3 there, minus 7, negative 3 plus 6. It's also giving us a 0. So these are the three solutions of this expression right here. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Facebook page, Jacob Sichamba Online Math.